Hey, it's Brittany. Alright, here's my speech. In the United States, conservative estimates indicate that after puberty, 5 to 10 million women and 1 million men are struggling with eating disorders, including anorexia, bulimia, and binge eating disorder, or borderline conditions. If we apply national figures to Penn State's population, easily 1,000 to 2,000 Penn State women and 50 to 200 men have full-blown eating disorders, while countless more have borderline or subclinical levels of eating disorders. According to Mary Knapp's Self-Help Resources Eating Disorders website through the Counseling and Psychological Services at Penn State, in a random survey of the student body conducted by Student Affairs Research and Assessment Unit during spring semester of 2001, 34% of students say they have a close friend or family member with an eating disorder, and 16% said they had witnessed another student struggling with an eating disorder. Something that can realistically change this problem is by educating and informing the student body. The increasing amount of college students at Penn State that have eating disorders is a major issue that would be most effectively alleviated by holding informational classes that educate about the dangers of eating disorders, how to treat them, and how to live a healthy lifestyle. Today, I'll explain to you an effective and realistic way to tackle this problem at Penn State by first emphasizing the need for reformation, then presenting my proposed plan, and finally explaining how this is the most practical and efficient means for change. First, let me reiterate the depth of this problem. The amount of college students at Penn State that have an eating disorder is rapidly growing. According to the National Institute of Mental Health 2007 book, Eating Disorders, an eating disorder is present when a person experiences severe disturbances in eating behaviors such as extreme reduction of food or extreme overeating. Eating disorders are much more than being on a diet. It is an illness caused by a variety of emotional factors and influences, and has profound effects on the people suffering and their loved ones, according to that Something Fishy website on eating disorders article, Eating Disorder or Diet. Eating disorders are about trying to make your whole life better through food or eating, or lack of it. Ellen James' 2002 article, Eating Disorder on Campuses, say that about 60% of eating disorder sufferers reside within the collegiate setting. That means family, friends, and even you yourself could be affected by an eating disorder. Penn State offers limited options for those who are affected. You can schedule an appointment with a counselor or call a physician, but that is essentially the extent of what is available. Clearly, there have been very few attempts by the school to effectively solving this problem. My plan for reform attacks the problem at a more personal level by implementing an eating disorder prevention program. This program involves 3 60-minute informational classes all freshmen must take. The classes must be taken at the beginning of the welcome week. Classes will be held in a lecture-style room with maximum of 100 kids per class. Teachers, nutritionists, and counselors would teach the class. Students who have different histories with eating disorders would also help teach and share their experiences. Funding for these classes would be taken care of by the Counseling and Psychological Services here at Penn State. Each of the 3 eating disorder prevention plan classes would have a different topic. The first class would discuss information about eating disorders. It would explain the factors that cause them. It would also explain the different types of eating disorders like anorexia, bulimia, binge eating disorder, and the risks attributed with them. The second class would discuss how eating disorders are treated, how there is a better prognosis for treatment if a disorder is detected early, and where to get help on campus. This class would help reduce or eliminate behaviors or thoughts that lead to eating disorders, or would decrease the likelihood of relapse. It would also give you resources to contact if you or someone you know is experiencing an eating disorder. The third class would discuss how to eat healthy and exercise regularly. Tips will be given about how to live a healthy lifestyle. You will learn about food groups and the right proportion size. Because my eating disorder prevention program functions for those attending Penn State, it will be practical to initiate and implement, and will reap benefits that outweigh the disadvantages. There will be little to no difficulty in establishing this program through administration at Penn State. Similar programs have been proven successful at schools like Stanford and University of Santa Clara, so why not ours? According to the Stanford School of Medicine Cardiovascular Institute, studies show that this 3-class program was efficient and effective. American Psychological Association eating disorder prevention programs at university may be doing more harm than good serves one argument against this policy. The authors speculate that programs of this type might fail because they are attempting to accomplish two different messages at the same time, one being the educational aspect of eating disorders, and the second being on how to treat them. To suppress this concern, my policy would have one class devoted to information about eating disorders, and the second class would explain the treatment. Both factors are told at separate times, having more of an effect on students. Not only is this plan reasonable and workable, but also it presents numerous potential benefits that will more directly alleviate the problem of the increased number of college students with eating disorders. I hope now you understand that while there is an increase in eating disorders among students at Penn State, there is a possible solution that would help alleviate this problem. One possible solution is my aforementioned plan, which is my eating disorder prevention program. The increasing amount of college students at Penn State that have an eating disorder is a major issue that would be most effectively alleviated by holding informational classes that educate about the dangers of eating disorders, how to treat them, and how to live a healthy lifestyle. This famous quote by an anonymous source says that, "Believe it can be done. When you believe something can be done, really believe, your mind will find the ways to do it. Believing a solution paves the way to solution." This eating disorder prevention program could be the solution. Thank you.